Hi YouTube, Wycliffe Barrett here, Xplane Dedicated. Today I'd like to do a short update on XP11. See you right after the intro. Xplane 11 has been out for quite a few weeks now, and in fact we're on Xplane 11 Public Beta 8, PB8. And the reason why I wanted to do this update was a couple of reasons. The main one being is that right now I'm fairly confident that I could use Xplane 11 as my main flight simulator, okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because a number of things have happened in the last few weeks, in the last few days, that have really given me that confidence. The first thing that's happened is the fact that we are at PB8. We've still got a few weeks to go, I think, maybe a few more updates, beta updates before we get to a release candidate, but even so, right now I think that Xplane 11 is very, very stable indeed. It runs beautifully. There's been an increase of frame rate, so more and more XP11 is being optimized. There are still a large number of bugs out there, and also there's a couple of things that are really glaringly obvious, and you know, things like there's no sun and there's no moon. Although we've got the sunlight and we've got the moonlight, there is no actual physical sun or moon, and that can be quite annoying, more annoying than some of the bugs. But even so, I still think it's in very, very good condition. One of the other reasons why I think it's in very good condition is that on the last update, Ben Sutnick explained that he had actually altered the fog algorithm quite a lot, and so now we get proper fog. Now let me explain that. Previously you had fog and it was fog, okay? But now what we've got is we've got light fog, medium fog, thick fog, P-supers as we call them here in the UK. And so if it is a really heavy fog and very thick, then that's what you'll see, and you know, your visibility will be cut down to 25 yards. Or if it's a light fog, your visibility will be at 100 yards or meters, depending on which part of the world you're in. This is actually quite revolutionary and it looks absolutely stunning. So I'm really pleased with that. Combine that with the haze feature of Xplane 11 in terms of visibility, and I think that overall it looks stunning. It looks absolutely incredible at the moment. So that's Xplane 11. But in recent weeks we've had a number of aircraft come through that are Xplane 11 ready, or should I say they've been updated for Xplane 11. So the Flight Factor 757 and 767 work in Xplane 11 now and have been updated. There are a number of sceneries that have been updated. I got on the weekend, I got Just Sims version 2 for Xplane 11. So specific, you know, it has been updated for Xplane 11. You can get that from xplane.org. If you remember and you bought it from xplane.org, I believe there's a £5 discount or a $5 discount. I'm not quite sure, one or the other. And Innsbruck looks incredible, looks absolutely superb. So that's what's happening with Xplane 11 to make me think that right now I'm quite happy to use it as my main simulator. There's lots of other things. FM car works in it, ground handling deluxe. I believe the JAR design aircraft have been updated and they work. I need to check that out, I'm afraid, because I haven't been flying the Airbuses for quite some while. But a couple of things that happened yesterday which really caught me by surprise, and that's mostly because I've been very busy and I've been busy testing XP11. I haven't been looking around for scenery, but it suddenly occurred to me that Tony Robluski had released GB Pro version 2, so that's Great Britain Pro version 2, and basically what this does is it puts into Xplane correct OSM data, so all the houses and buildings, factories, churches, bridges are in the correct place, and also that the United Kingdom is populated with better OSM. Now this is an incredible piece of work, and Tony Robluski has been doing this for quite some time. He did have a problem last year where his hosting went down and it was going to cost him a lot of money. And don't forget, this is freeware, but thankfully Xplane.org have picked that up and now it's hosted on Xplane.org. So you can get GB Pro version 2 from Xplane.org. It is free, and I really do think you should get it. Tony Robluski is very, very talented. He's doing lots of different other areas as well. I'm not going to say which areas those are because I haven't looked at them yet, but I do believe he's doing Norway and somewhere else as well. But I'm going to put a piece of video in right now of Cessna flying over Manchester area, and you'll obviously, as you can see, I mean, it just looks amazing. The detail, the populace, the amount of properties, buildings, it's just breathtaking. And you look up into the distance here, and it's just houses. Obviously, as you get into different parts of the UK, it will depict small villages and smaller towns and larger towns and other cities. So it is really, really a superb piece of work. It's freeware, but if you can donate a couple of dollars, then do so. Tony Robluski, commonly known as Antwob, has produced this work, and it's just superb. I'm going to let the video run for a little while here, just put in a bit of music, and then I'm going to come back and tell you about another piece of video. Here we are. I'm just flying over the Sydney area in the Cessna 172. This is the default Cessna 172, and what you can see below is scenery that has been created by Chris Kay from ISDG down in Australia. Chris Kay is a very old friend of the Xplane community, and a couple of years ago was doing incredible work with Xplane 10. But unfortunately, life got in the way. He lost his mojo a little bit. He had to move house, move state, move jobs, and so he kind of left Xplane 10 for a while. But Xplane 11 came out, and his mojo got reactivated. He is really excited about some of the stuff in Xplane 11, and has created this Australia Pro 1.0 scenery. Now, you install it, much like anything else, and what it does, it puts OSM data in Australia. If you fly in Australia in Xplane, it looks nothing like Australia. It can even look like a desert for most of the place, but Chris has created this scenery that you install, and it produces hundreds and hundreds of thousands of properties, buildings. They look Australian style, so you've got Australian style apartments, Australian style houses with orange roofs. It looks incredible. I had a chat with Chris, and he's told me that he's going to come up with Australia Pro 1.03 within the next few days, and he did ask me if I would hold off on my review, but I don't see the point of that because it's good, it's brilliant, we might as well get it now and then just get the update. But what's going to happen with the update is going to have updated composite greenery text and new roads, and the roads will be European and Australian style roads. He's going to fix some road alignments because he wasn't very happy about that. There's going to be the faraway blended imagery and urban textures. That's going to be reworked so that there's not a repeating pattern of urban tiles. I can't see that anyway. I didn't notice that anyway in Australia Pro 1, but he's going to do that. And as you can see from the video as I'm talking, it's just it's immense. This project is huge, and when you actually get down close to the ground, you see petrol stations and fast food joints dotted around. It is absolutely incredible. So this is going to be an ongoing piece of work. I am so glad that Chris Kay has come back to the community, because he did produce some fantastic work with ISDG. If you haven't seen any of it, it's isdg.com.au, I think. I'll check that out and I'll put a link in the bottom. In fact, I'll put links in the bottom for both series, so that's GB Pro version 2, Australia Pro as well, and I'll put a link in for ISDG, and then you can go and have a look at some of their previous work, which will work in Xplane 11, so Sydney Airport, Adelaide Airport, and a number of others that I've got, which were in my Xplane 10 folder, now work in Xplane 11. An awful lot happening with Xplane 11. I am incredibly excited about it. I think that Xplane 11 is going to really give other simulators a real run for its money. And if you haven't got it, then you can get the free demo, download the free demo, why not? It is in public beta, so you can buy it now and get into the beta program and follow along with all the ups and downs of being a member of a huge public beta team. But if you do that, make sure you keep a copy of Xplane 10 somewhere which is stable, and then join in the fun with the Xplane 11 beta program. And I don't know how far we're off a release candidate. It's supposed to be going on Steam in February sometime, so there could be a number of other updates before we get to that, or they could put the release date back on Steam, who knows. But for my money, and from my opinion, and it is my opinion only, I think that Xplane 11 is in a good condition and you could buy it now. This is Wycliffe Barrett, Xplane Dedicated. We'll see you soon and take care. Cheerio.